Solve the equation z cubed plus 1 equals 0, giving solutions in polar form. So we have z cubed equals negative 1, which means z cubed is equal to is equal to cis pi. Cis pi is negative 1. But let's write that as cis pi plus 2n pi, because it will be true every time we landed on here. So that means that z is going to be cis pi by 3 plus 2n pi by 3. So our z values are, if n is equal to 0, we get cis pi by 3. If n is equal to 1, we get pi by 3 plus 2 pi by 3, which is cis pi, the negative 1, where we know negative 1 cubed is negative 1. And if n is negative 1, then we get pi by 3 take away 2 pi by 3, which we know is negative pi by 3. So cis negative pi by 3 is the third solution. So it can be shown that p of z is this polynomial just here, with z to the 5 as the leading term. And it can be written in this form. So we've got z cubed plus 1 times q of z. Well, if the highest term here is z to the 5, and it's a single z to the 5, we must have a z squared here. If we've got a plus 5 here and this is a plus 1, this must be a plus 5, and what we're not sure about at the moment is the middle. But we could use, say, the z cubed coefficient to find that. So actually, we can't use the z cubed coefficient to find that. We could use the z to the 4 coefficient to find that. So the only thing that would give us a z to the 4 is that. So the z to the 4 coefficient here is negative 2, and that's got to be equal to a. And so what we have is that q of z is z squared minus 2z add 5. Hence, solve this equation, giving all solutions in Cartesian form. So we had the solutions in polar form here, so we can find those ones easily enough. And then we've also got to find solutions to z squared minus 2z add 5 equals 0. And we could use the quadratic formula for that. So z is going to be 2 plus or minus the square root of 4, take away 4 times 1 times 5, all over twice 1. So that's 2 plus or minus, so this would be 4 take away 20, the square root of negative 16 over 2. So that's 2 plus or minus 4i over 2. So I think I'm ready to give my solutions. So these ones here are going to be 1 plus 2i and 1 minus 2i. Negative 1 we know is the solution. That's the cis pi. Now cis pi by 3 is cos pi by 3 plus I sine pi by 3. Cos pi by 3 is a half. Sine pi by 3 is root 3 over 2. So we have a half plus I root 3 on 2. And cis of negative pi by 3, the difference is going to be, that's going to be a minus, that's going to be a minus. Cosine is an even function, so that one is still a half. But sine is an odd function, so this one becomes negative I root 3 on 2.